and I really don't want an apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like I'm not ready for. You know what I mean? Like I'll watch it on TV, but I'm not ready to live the road. You know what I mean? Like
I'm glad you said that because it was my next question. I was going to ask you what post-apocalyptic depiction from media and all media do you think that you could survive in? And you're like, man, you throw me out there, I'm going to be the fucking Emperor of Saskatchewan or whatever. And then on the flip side of that coin, which one do you see and you're like, God, I would either, I guess I'm the guy who dies in the beginning of this movie. I'm one of those people, you know, because when I watch like The Road,
that's the most
that is a dark, so dark,
and that's probably the most realistic. You know what I mean? Like that, or like, have you seen Threads? The nuclear movie from the UK, like that will like make you double think a nuclear holocaust, bro. Like, and that's from the 80s. Like that was like that
one hits home. That one's pretty rough. The road's written by that Cormac McCarthy guy who wrote Blood Meridian. I don't know if you ever read that. That's fucking wild.
Jesus, I didn't know that it was the same guy. Okay,
same fucking guy. So that's his style. Is dark as dark can get. The Road, I would not want to live in that world. That world where you've got 2 bullets, one for your son and one for yourself, so you won't be murdered and raped and then eaten. Probably not in that order.
What was the one with the zombies that just came out on the guy helping the little girl is based off of
The Last of Us.
With Last of Us
zombies. That really ran out of steam.
Yeah, see, there's 2 different zombie worlds I'm good with and bad with. Walking Dead zombies, I can handle.
Oh yeah,
really.
28 Day Later zombies or World War Z zombies, hell no. You know what I mean? Like the fast running zombies, no, thank you.
No, if I
even Walking Dead, I feel like there's no happiness in that life.
Because Walking Dead is not about the zombies. Walking Dead is not about the zombies. This is about how humans treat each other.
Yeah,
I know.
That's what makes it so effed up.
But it's equally about the zombies.
It kind of is, but it's like
it's really not. The Walking Dead refers to the survivors, not to the
zombies. Exactly.
The zombies.
Does it?
It's because it's about how
they all have
treat
the virus.
Each other.
They are the Walking Dead. They're already
but
dead.
They call the zombies walkers.
Yeah, they do.
And they're also not dead.
But the main story is about the people.
They're
how they treat each other.
Well,
the Last of Us looked like it'd be really easy to when they got them to Wyoming or wherever they went out. When they got there, and it was like, wait, there's just wild open prairie to live in. Because all I need to live in wild open prairie is like a well or a clean river. You got to imagine pollution's down and a gun. Like, you know what I mean? Like in North America doesn't get that cold, you know. And there's just so much food, especially if you remove the humans from the equation. All of a sudden, there's just going to be so much wildlife like everywhere. It's going to be crazy.
Our survival trip in maybe it was Georgia was eye-opening for me because I couldn't find food. I brought a gun. I brought 2 guns, I think. And I always thought that if you put me in the woods and I gave it a go, I'd find food. Turns out you can go 6 days and not even see a squirrel. How does that happen?
That was a very odd experience because I've said it before, but I went there in the days and weeks prior to us going out there. And I had seen so many squirrels. I even watched videos on how to gut them and prepare them and cook them because I was like, well, day one, I'll have 6 squirrels and we're just going to have them on sticks like, oh, brother, where art thou? Over fire.
Yeah.
And we're all going to have our own squirrel. But we didn't see a squirrel for a week. And
really?
I would get up in the morning and I would drive away from our campsite because I had this idea that our campsite was driving away all the wildlife. I'd drive like a mile or 2 down the road, but there's this dirt road out in the area. And then I'd get out and go 50, 100 yards into the woods and I'd sit under a tree with my rifle and not make a move or a peep for an hour and a half. And I'd see nothing but those little Tweety birds, like the tiniest birds that
little chickadee
things. If I shot that bird with my 22, it was going to go poof.
And with a 22 even.
Down.
Yeah. Back with the patient.
Did you guys film this?
Me.
Oh,
I found the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. At first, no one believed that Kyle found a Muffin Man in the woods.
At first.
And then it turns out our cameraman also met the Muffin Man and turned down the muffins because the cameraman was the only one who was allowed to eat food.
Wait,
really?
While I was out,
where did he live, Kyle?
He lived in Toccoa, Georgia, which is about
on Drury Lane,
7 miles away. No,
well done. Well done.
While I was out like looking for squirrels, I met him in the road, and there's nobody out there where we are, so it was very odd to even see anybody. So we sort of stopped window to window. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're camping out here," and blah blah blah. He's like, he owned a store or a bakery, and he said he came out there with their day olds or week olds or whatever, and he gave them to the campers. And he asked if I wanted some muffins, and I was like, "Yes, so much." And I remember there were mini muffins, and I think there were M&M cookies too. It was, and he gave me like a box of each of them, and I came back to I was supposed to be out hunting. And I came back with
but really, you were gathering.
12,000 calories. It was better than any hunt could have been.
Oh, fucking outdoor boys wouldn't do that.
No, they
wouldn't. Shot famous Amos, boys. We're in luck.
That's crazy. That's next level hungry.
Yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
brought our cameraman flew here from England. However that worked, and he lived with us in the woods for a week in a tent, filming us. I think the highlight of the journey was either the chicken massacre or the Woody prank, the Woody rainfly prank. One of those was probably the highlight of the. But I also thought every night we would do this little confessional like Survivor, where we'd go talk to the camera in the darkness. And I thought chizzes were always very funny.
Oh, really?
I think the others are plotting against me.
Can we watch?
There were 8 packs of cigarettes in my bag, and now there are only 7. And
oh, that's funny.
He's just making shit up and having a good time over there. Yo, there's hours of it on Woody's channel.
Okay,
yeah,
I gotta look it up. This would be fun to watch.
No, we had a good time
for the rainfly prank. There's a teaser that's one of the highlights Kyle mentioned.
Woody. We had a rainfly that went to his hammock, I think, and it was very sentimental to him because he'd taken it on many a camping trip, and he had mentioned it. Even he had said, he "That's old Trusty there," or something like that.
Something like gives me shelter, protects me from the world, or gets me out of a jam. I bond with that thing.
Absolutely.
I thought so you relate to that a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Why don't we play it? Do you want to play it or no? You could say no.
Is this the rainfly prank?
Yeah.
Sure, we can watch it. I've seen it semi recently, and I wasn't as fit as I.
Will you play it, Zach?
This is almost 10 years ago.
Oh no, so he's not playing that. If it's 13 minutes, it's not the right thing.
I don't want to. I thought he means. Yeah, I just want to watch like the 30-second clip of like when it happens. You know what I mean? So what we did anyway. Well, I think Woody went down to the creek to bathe, and Chiz and I and the cameraman were left behind at the campsite. And I don't remember whose idea it was, but it came together that we should pretend to disrespect Woody's rainfly.
Oh, jeez.
Because we both had rainflies and we don't give a fuck about them. So we like took his and like maybe folded it up nicely and neatly and sat it aside somewhere and hid it. And then we like took mine and like took all the trash around the camp.
Oh.
And we used we used it as a trash bag. Like all the wrappers, we opened up lots of new tools and camping gear. We've never done any of this before. So it's all sponsored stuff and brand new stuff. And when he gets back,
Zach, use the link.
We have put cigarette butts. We have wet wipes, not only for pooping, but if you just clean up your face and just like, and so I think we took one of those and just like rubbed it in the mud to make it look like doo-doo and like just dirty, and just like put lots of stuff like that on the rainfly and then put it in front of his tent. And then we waited on him to come back and tried not to laugh,
hidden camera and all.
Like,
oh, my body.
Now using my rainfly as a trash bag?
What? You said let's gather all the trash up. I didn't know that was his rainfly. I still don't know what the rainfly looks like if I'm being 100% honest. You pulled it off the tent.
This, look, everyone stop. It's getting fucking outrageous. No joke. I might beat one of your asses, and I can kick either one of your asses. Stop fucking with my rainfly. Chiz, look at my eyes. I will beat the fuck out of you. Stop it.
That's why we didn't use your rainfly.
What is that?
It's my rainfly.
I might have been a little tilted.
No, you were. Yeah, I can feel the tension in the air, bro.
That's like the perfect beginning of a Snickers commercial.
You're not you when you're hungry. Dude, Chiz broke there, but I didn't blame him a bit. Like, I wanted to keep the joke going for as long as possible, but Woody escalated from a 0 to like a 10.
It was gonna go bad. Yeah.
It was like, fuck, I think if we like go to the next level, we have to fight.
And I saw what he did to the chicken.
And I the chicken was alive in that scene. You could see Henrietta walking around.
Really?
Yeah. She was under.
That's
she was
crazy.
Underfoot.
Okay, I'm watching that for sure. That's awesome.
Oh my god, that was so
That's
funny.
amazing.
But I felt a little bit bad after, but I was also a little scared. I was like, we may have gone too far. I'm so glad you took it really well though. Like when you realized what was what, you were like you're embarrassed a little, but you also thought it was funny. And I was glad we were all good then. I was glad you weren't mad that we had pranked you like an hour later.
Yeah, he could have been petty after that, like
because we were gonna be out there. We know. The next day, we're not going anywhere.
We were setting up the tents in that. Like,
Oh man, we really started on the wrong foot here.
Yeah. Good joke.
Gracious.
That was a fun fucking time.
Yeah.
We were so hungry. We went to Longhorns after that, and I was incredibly rude to the waitress. We always give Woody a hard time for being rough to wait staff, but I was ready to have a meltdown. Like we were so hungry.
And they were taking their time.
In Kyle's defense, the waitress wasn't pretty. He would have been nice if she was pretty. I'm sure.
And the worst part is there were pretty waitresses there. They gave us the Uggo.
Yeah.
They gave us the Uggo. I remember like we've been waiting for so long and I wanted another refill of sweet tea. And I was like, she doesn't come back in like 2 minutes, 120 seconds. I'm knocking that glass on the floor on purpose. I'm gonna knock that glass on the floor on purpose and make
give her a reason to come by.
To make her come back. I was so close. I was
like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I could imagine how hungry you were.
18 months they're knocking shit on the ground.
I was absolutely gonna knock it in here. I was ready to have a goddamn meltdown. I was saying some crazy shit at the table. And nobody was like backing me down either. I remember I was like, maybe I'll just whoop her ass. Maybe I'll just beat her up right here. And everybody was like, maybe, man, she might need an ass whooping. That's straighten her out. Nobody was slowing my roll at all.
Just egging you on.
I like that because I was in a pretty good mood. I was like being fed. I had a drink. Like I had just arrived on Mount Olympus and some sort of wonderful experience. Kyle, on the other hand, was not as happy. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This time someone else is mean to wait staff. I'm getting a 1 mark in the win column.
Yeah.
She's that close.